Hello everyone, welcome. Good evening. Nice to see everybody here. Very excited for this session. It's going to be an interesting one to say the least. We will have some discussions which will be intellectual, some discussions which will be practical from the point of view of the exam. And so, जैसा आपको मैंने बताया, this National Mains Guidance Program is going to be quite a robust program. बहुत चीजें हम करेंगे इसमें. But we'll spend some time on essay ethics and actually some optionals also we will cover, but not in too much detail. Let us get started. And once again, I am super happy to see everybody here. Armani, Priyanka, Abhijit, Priya, all very welcome. It's very inspiring and it's very confidence inspiring when I see all of you people here eager, ready to learn. It tells me that I have the right audience. And it tells me that you are the right people to receive these instructions. That's very good indeed. Let's get started. We have a lot to do. बहुत सारी चीजें हमको cover करनी है. कुछ essay में we will go in some detail today. We will go in some detail for essay today. We will not go into too much detail for answer writing. We will not go into too much detail about ethics. एक बारी हम superficially we will just touch answer writing and ethics so that you know कि अब आगे क्या होगा, and you can then gear and prepare accordingly and have your mindset ready. For the preparation, at least I'll give you some ideas, right? Now, getting right into it. Answer writing. Answer writing. The first thing you need to understand, everyone, is it takes a while to develop. Answer writing takes a while to develop. Answer writing is a skill. Answer writing is not like knowledge. So there is knowledge which you can gain. You can accumulate. You can read your history. जो भी आप पढ़ना चाहो आप पढ़ो. But so you tell me that my voice is not clear. I hope it is better now. It will become better. Is it better now? Yeah. The answer writing. The answer writing is a skill. It is not like knowledge. इसको हम history या geography की तरह treat नहीं कर सकते. It takes a bit of time to understand and accumulate. The issue, the problem is, we cannot go directly into answer writing. अगर हम directly answer लिखने की कोशिश करेंगे, टूटे फूटे आंसर निकलते हैं. They are not so good and very demotivating also. पढ़ने का भी मन नहीं करता है, चेक करने का मन नहीं करता है, और वैसे भी अच्छे नहीं होते. That is a problem that everybody faces. We will not go into that issue. We will avoid that, bypass it entirely. What we will do is this. What you will do is this. You must use a skill-based progression. अब स्किल बेस्ड प्रोग्रेशन का मतलब क्या है? अगर आप स्टार्ट करोगे, इफ यू टेक अ पेन एंड इफ यू पुट द पेन टू पेपर एंड डायरेक्टली स्टार्ट राइटिंग, it will come out okay-ish. You won't have a very good piece of writing. You won't have, unless you are very experienced. एक फंडामेंटल रूल राइटिंग का, चाहे ऐसे हो, चाहे एथिक्स हो, चाहे आंसर राइटिंग हो, कुछ भी हो, एनी राइटिंग, इवन इफ इट्स राइटिंग एन ईमेल, रियली गुड राइटिंग इज बेसिकली जस्ट एडिटिंग. अच्छे राइटर्स पहले लिखते हैं, उसके बाद एडिट करते हैं, उसको एडिट करते रहते हैं जब तक एक अच्छा सा, बहुत अच्छा सा कुछ निकल के नहीं आता है. It starts with editing. You cannot edit anything unless it is typed. It's not easy to edit a handwritten draft. First level जब हम स्टार्ट करते हैं आंसर राइटिंग का या एथिक्स का, हमको टाइप करना चाहिए एक दो बारी. आज का एक लेसन होगा जिसमें आई विल एक्सप्लेन टू यू हाउ दैट वर्क्स. अब हमको क्या करना है. आंसर राइटिंग प्रोग्रेशन पे होगी. अपनी नॉर्मल एक्सपेक्टेशन से थोड़ा कम एक्सपेक्टेशन हम रखेंगे. इट विल टेक सम टाइम. व्हेन यू गेट बेटर एट इट, जब आप थोड़ा सा उसको समझने लगोगे, ये क्राइटेरिया यूज करेंगे हम. दिस इज द क्राइटेरिया दैट वी विल यूज. जब हम आंसर राइटिंग की इवैल्यूएशन सीख करेंगे, व्हेन वी वांट टू नो हाउ वी आर डूइंग, हाउ वी आर नॉट डूइंग, दिस इज द क्राइटेरिया वी वांट टू नो. हम हर एक आंसर के मिनुषे में जाने की कोई जरूरत नहीं है हमको. सम आंसर्स मे बी कंटेंट करेक्ट, सम आंसर्स मे नॉट बी दैट करेक्ट एज फार एज द कंटेंट इज कंसर्न. कंटेंट एक अलग चीज है, कंटेंट एक अलग चीज है, बट ये जो क्राइटेरिया है, दिस इज कॉल्ड केस क्राइटेरिया, CASE. इस क्राइटेरिया को यू कैन टेक अ नोट ऑफ इट, यू कैन टेक अ स्नैपशॉट ऑफ इट. इट विल कम इनटू वेरी हैंडी. This is what tells us how are we doing as far as the overall writing skill is concerned. When you go through the progression, आप जब progression के through जाओगे तो ये score बढ़ता दिखना चाहिए. It is this score that tells us the quality of the writing. It doesn't say anything much about the content. Doesn't say much about the content except one point over there. But this is the score we need to focus on, and this is how you keep track of it. अगर ये score बढ़ रहा है तो आंसर बेटर हो रहे हैं. अगर ये score नहीं बढ़ रहा है तो आंसर बेटर नहीं हो रहे हैं. That is one thing. Just a nice touch point for you. Let us very quickly touch upon ethics very quickly and very briefly also, not comprehensively but briefly. Take a look at this syllabus. Read some of these keywords. Pay attention to the keywords here. Are you noticing the keywords that I am noticing there? Are you able to see probity? Are you able to see emotional intelligence? Are you able to see code of conduct? Are you able to see work culture? Quality of service delivery, utilization of public funds, corruption. ये जो words है ना, these words directly get asked in the exam. The last year, what we saw was the ethics question paper was very long. लोगों को बहुत difficulty हुई पेपर को complete करने में. इस साल ऐसा नहीं था. It was more or less typical. Take a look at these papers. Exactly जो keywords वहां पे लिखे थे उस पे उन्होंने questions पूछे हमसे. This is what we can expect. These are some of the. These are mainstream thinkers, you know. बहुत obscure thinkers भी नहीं है. There is a quote from Mahatma Gandhi. There is a quote from Pandit Nehru. There is a quote from Swami Vivekanand. Then at the bottom of the page, you will notice a clear and very direct question about emotional intelligence. Very direct question about emotional intelligence. This is the ancient debate. ये वाला जो question है, the question is saying कि emotional intelligence or actual IQ, what is the difference? Which one should be superior? Which one should be taken more seriously? And which one leads to success in life? It is the ancient. It is so cliched. The debate is so cliched. अगर आप intelligence के बारे में बात करोगे, you will find इस type की conversation होगी ही होगी. ये उन्होंने पूछा, not at all surprising. Cliched question था ये, और ये हमको पता होना चाहिए था. My point is this. जो syllabus में यहाँ पे लिखे हैं keywords, whatever keywords are written here, हमको उसके बारे में एक लेवल की theoretical understanding होनी चाहिए. Understanding and the ratta part of it. You get the memory part of it down, you know. You don't wait too much for it. You memorize the basic stuff about this theoretical part. Then case studies is a higher level. We get to case studies. इतना करना हमको ethics पे, ये approach हमारी simple है. Beginners के लिए इतना जानना अभी बहुत है. ऐसे पे चलते हैं. Now we will spend some time here. Take a look at this question paper. This is section 1 of that question paper. This is question 1 of the abhi recently question paper hai, and there are so many students and mentees who just gave this question paper. Many of them will get ranks also. Pehla question padhiye. Read the first one. Thinking is like a game. It does not begin unless there is an opposite team. Thinking is like a game. It does not begin until there is an opposite team. There are always, as far as essays are concerned, today we will talk about essay in detail. आज ethics के बारे में बात नहीं करेंगे, answer writing के बारे में नहीं बात करेंगे. We'll have other sessions for that. Today we are going to go into the essay a little bit. So you see, whenever you write essays, there will always be two things. One will be the content. क्या लिखा, क्या नहीं लिखा, वो ठीक था, appropriate था, नहीं था, जो भी था. क्या था वो? Content. The other is the way the content is written. These two things must go together. For the most part, the way you write it is more important than the actual content. Actual content becomes very important in GS answer writing. Essay में the way it is written is more important, but it is not to be ignored. Ignore नहीं किया जा सकता है. Important तो होता है. It is very important. When you take a look at the first question, we'll have a little bit of discussion. थोड़ी सी intellectual discussion उस पे हम करते हैं. Let us see what comes out of it. Then I will introduce you to a template. Then I'll introduce you to a set of rules, and you will be able to figure out where I'm going with this. And then I'm going to announce a special gift. And that special gift I am willing to bet you are not expecting. Not at all. But coming to the first topic. First topic है, thinking is a game. It does not begin unless there is an opposite team. Thinking is a game. It does not begin unless there is an opposite team. My question is this. Have you seen this movie? Has anybody seen this movie? Huge blockbuster hit by Brad Pitt, and also perhaps available on Netflix and all these streaming platforms. Have you seen this movie? This movie is a very interesting movie. not from the point of view of entertainment, but from the point of view of this topic, this essay topic. You see, this essay topic is essentially about critical thinking. Critical thinking. Now, I'm going to tell you a story about this movie. I'll tell you the story. No worry, it doesn't matter if you haven't seen it. You don't need to see it. You don't need to see it. I'll tell you the context of it. The context is this. This movie contains and elaborates upon Israel. Israel is a very prominent theme in this movie. मैं आपको context बताता हूँ. It's very interesting. Context ये है कि there is a pandemic. There is a pandemic in the world, and there is this disease which is spreading, and it is spreading because and it turns people into zombies, and they bite each other, and they basically become just controlled by this mind-altering virus, and it keeps spreading because keeps making people bite each other, and it's very violent. ठीक है? अब वो it spreads, like COVID spread, and all across the world एकदम से COVID आ गया. हाँ, Mehraj, that is what I will talk about. एकदम से everywhere it spread, right? So everywhere in this movie also this virus spreads. Now our hero, Brad Pitt, our hero is employed by the United Nations. United Nations tells him that you must go to the source of the disease. जैसे in COVID, the source of the disease was apparently Wuhan in China. Maybe. We don't yet know, it's controversial, but he is tasked to go there and find out how it started. How did this start? He goes to Israel. Why does he go to Israel? Because all the countries have fallen to the pandemic. No country is safe. Only one country stands. Only one country stands. That country in the movie is Israel. He goes there. He goes there and he's asking the basic question. He's asking, how have you survived? Why did you survive? Why were you able to build a wall around your city? How did you know? आपको कैसे पता चला कि ये करना है और एक apocalypse हो रहा है? The defense secretary, the minister of defense over there, he explains to him the idea of the 10th man, the 10th man rule. He says Israel has been attacked out of the blue many times in the past. So we instituted a policy of the 10th man. The 10th man policy is this. There are 10 people in a committee who decide what will be done. 10 लोग हैं committee में, they will decide what is the action to be taken. It is the duty of the 10th man to disagree. अगर उस ग्रुप में 10 लोग हैं, 9 people agree, then it is the duty of the 10th man to assume that they are wrong and to try to prove them wrong. And that defense minister is the 10th man. When the news of a zombie apocalypse or a virus like this starts to spread, he is the 10th man, and he realizes that it might actually be true. And so they take preventive actions. Because they take preventive actions, they are able to safeguard themselves. Now, apparently, this time, their preventive actions and the 10th man rule has failed because Israel was attacked, and it's a very concerning and it's a big conflict now. But the idea is this. The idea is you cannot have unilateral thinking and hope to make progress. You need to have opposition, you need to have debate, you need to have something called the principle of natural justice also. And I'll explain some themes here. One interesting theme that we have to touch upon is groupthink. You know what is groupthink? The 10th man and groupthink are very similar. Groupthink is a tendency when people are in a group and they don't oppose each other. They all assume that this is the truth. They all assume the same thing. Nobody wants to disagree. Everybody wants to be in line and everybody wants to toe the line. This is called groupthink, and horrible decisions can be taken because of it. It occurs in organizations, it occurs in government, it occurs at the highest of places, and it's a psychological phenomenon. This essay topic is primarily a psychological essay topic, and it talks about cognitive biases. You have to mention, if you can, about cognitive biases. You should also mention that the idea of having debate, having opposition, having active interaction, and not assuming dogma is why we don't have superstition, why the dark ages have now elapsed, why we have scientific progress. It is the basis of scientific review. It is the basis of peer review. We use this peer review now even in Wikipedia. Even Wikipedia, the most common thing out there, which gives us a lot of this information, is peer reviewed. We are using this now as a means of cross-checking. If you have only one authority, you cannot possibly have that level of objectivity. And you know, another interesting thing I found. So I went to these meditation retreats. And I learned a lot about Buddhism. And I learned that when a monk, जब कोई बुद्धिस्ट मंक बनने की कोशिश करता है तो उनका एक करिकुलम होता है. There is a curriculum that you need to follow if you want to become a monk. You have to take monastic vows. One of the main activities that they do, apart from meditation, is debate. They debate. They debate the scripture, they debate the logic so that the intellect gets refined. This principle of the devil's advocacy is central to this essay topic. Now we need to arrive, like I said, we need to come and bring to the table two things. One is this clarity of thought. कि जितने भी मैंने points बोले, devil's advocacy, 10th man, critical thinking, cognitive biases, the idea of legal jurisprudence, the idea of principle of natural justice, why जब आप किसी को when you give somebody a sentence, आप किसी को sentence देते हो तो क्यों जरूरी है कि उसकी बात सुनी जाए? Unilateral क्यों नहीं होना चाहिए वो? Why are people given the opportunity to defend themselves? That's the principle of natural justice. The whole idea is this only. This is the idea. तो ये सारे points कहीं ना कहीं आने चाहिए. That is one. The other thing is अच्छे से लिखा होना चाहिए. अच्छे से लिखा होने का क्या मतलब है? Here I will tell you a little bit about that. अच्छे से लिखा होने का मतलब है it should be clear, it should be simple, the arguments should be nice and crisp. It should not go on tangents and it should hit all the main points, and the reader should have the experience that yes, the arguments are structured in a way that makes me go through them and I have a complete picture of it. Right? But at the same time, never forget that you do not have to agree with the topic. Don't always agree with the topic. Yes, thinking is a game. It does not begin unless there is an opposite team. Yes. But there is some merit. There is some weight in unilateral thinking also. Creative intuition, discoveries, so many times, they happen out of the blue. They don't happen in discussions. Creativity is a part of the thinking game which happens in isolation. So there is merit to this. But how do the ideas get scrutinized and go through a process of filtering and refinement is what this essay topic is talking about. तो हमको दोनों चीजें भी बतानी है. इसमें कंटेंट भी होना चाहिए और बहुत अच्छा ऐसे लिखने के लिए अच्छे से लिखा होना भी जरूरी है. And we will have some discussion about those things. And one of the template. I want to really emphasize on this. You see, essay writing में stages होंगे. There will be stages. आपके बहुत experienced writers, the writers who are very good. You see, we are a group of a very motley crew of people. हम सब में जैसे हमारी हाइट्स डिफरेंट हैं, कोई लंबा है, कोई इतना लंबा नहीं है, कोई एवरेज हाइट का है, हम सब लोग एक नॉर्मल डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन में फॉल करते हैं. वैसे ही नॉर्मल डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन होती है राइटिंग स्किल की. कुछ लोगों में राइटिंग स्किल ज्यादा होता है, कुछ लोगों में राइटिंग स्किल मीडियम होता है, कुछ लोगों में राइटिंग स्किल कम होता है. ठीक, वी नीड टू बी ऑनेस्ट अबाउट दिस. हमको ये पता होना चाहिए कि हम कहाँ हैं. कोई बात नहीं, अगर हम एवरेज हैं, मोस्ट ऑफ द पीपल विल बी इन द मिडल. Some people will be great, some people will be not so good. Whatever you do, if you are in the average zone, if you are not very good, अगर आप इंग्लिश लिटरेचर के स्टूडेंट नहीं हो या आपको लिखने की प्रैक्टिस नहीं है, तो the best way to start and understand essay writing is to use a template. अब template क्या होती है पंकज, विशाल, सानिया, क्या होगी template essay writing की? There is a template called the essay generation algorithm. The essay generation algorithm. That is a template which I described in my book. The book is called The Ultimate Cheatbook of Essay and Answer Writing. And don't need to worry because this is going to be your gift. This is your gift. You will get this book, but just wait, I'll make the announcement. The essay generation algorithm is this technique. हम पहले वो technique सीख लेते हैं. Let us learn the technique. The technique is very detailed. टेक्निक को सीखने में हमें 15 दिन लग जाएंगे. We will take about 10-15 days to understand it in detail. but we will be able to capture it. And once you understand this flow, then you can break the rules. Then slowly you break the rules. The more advanced you become, the more you can diverge from this template. ये template एक बहुत अच्छा framework है, एक बहुत अच्छा reference point है, एक बहुत अच्छा starting point है. इस book में ये framework है. I'm going to give the book to all of you. You're going to get the book. I'm not kidding. Yeah, some people may even have it. That's fantastic. So it has a lot of techniques, etc., that you will be able to get. That is the essay generation algorithm. We will be discussing about this. इसमें there are different rules for how to write an introduction, different rules to how to write the body. There is a deconstruction, etc., etc. There are a lot of things जो आपको उसमें पता चलेंगी. पहले first thing, आपका आज का homework assignment. आपका आज का homework assignment क्या है? आप बहुत सिंपल homework assignment है आपका. You need to write a 500 word typed essay. आपने टाइप करना है, पेपर पेन पे नहीं लिखना है अभी. बिगिनर्स के लिए बहुत जरूरी है. You will type it, and I'll tell you why you will type it. You will type it because it gives you an opportunity to edit. आप अपने वर्ड डॉक्यूमेंट को, अपने वर्ड प्रोसेसर को एडिट कर पाओगे. हम चाहते हैं कि वो एडिटिंग हो, हम चाहते हैं कि वो एडिटिंग बेटर हो. आप अपने खुद की गलतियां पकड़ोगे. एंड दैट्स नॉट ऑल. यू विल डू वन मोर थिंग. व्हाट यू विल डू is जब आप when you are satisfied, when you become satisfied that I have now done enough, that your writing is good enough, you will then wait, I'll show you something. You will then use artificial intelligence. You will use artificial intelligence to refine it, but you will not use artificial intelligence to write it completely. वो गलत हो जाएगा, वो नहीं करना है. Right? You will use artificial intelligence to, yes. So this is one software which you can use. It's called Quillbot. Quillbot. To take any type of text. Suppose I take this text. वो text लेके मैंने इस पे copy कर दिया. Suppose. Now it is telling me, ये मुझे बता रहा है कि मेरे errors क्या हैं. Grammatical errors. मुझे सिर्फ grammatical errors ठीक करने हैं अपने. ये basic grammatical errors नहीं होने चाहिए. इसमें कुछ grammatical errors दिख रहे हैं. इसमें कुछ replacements, कुछ suggestions भी दिख रहे हैं. I want them. I want to refine it. This is why we will use Quillbot. You don't need to purchase it. This is free. इसका premium subscription लेने की जरूरत नहीं है हमको. But ये हमको करना है. We will put it through this before we submit it. Are you understanding? Quillbot. Quillbot.com. There are various grammar checkers. आप कोई भी use कर लीजिए. But AI से लिखवाना नहीं है. अगर आपने AI से ऐसे लिखवा दिया तो useless है. Then you have not used your mind and you have not processed it. It will not give you the benefit that you need. All right, that's what I'm saying, and that's what I'm emphasizing on. Use it just to grammar check, and understand and learn. Many people have the experience that they don't understand, they don't have the grammatic skills, and the syntax is completely off the track. At least that should come into the picture. And you can do your research. आप अपनी research कर लीजिए. Do your research about this topic. Read about it. Google it. Find a few essay topics on it. Find what it means. Then write your best possible essay after your research. You edit it as much as you want. Grammarly use कर लीजिए. Grammarly is fine, as you wish. No problem. Okay. Now, but that's not all. That's not all. You will find someone, not me. It will not be me. मेरे लिए humanly possible नहीं है इतने ऐसे check करना. You will find someone who is good with English. You will find somebody who is good with English. Could be your mother, could be your father, brother, sister, friend, whatever. कोई भी इंसान. You will give them your 500 word essay on the essay topic which I mentioned, and you will ask them to judge you. उनको बोलना कि honestly judge करें मुझे. बिल्कुल honestly judge करना है हमको इन 4 क्राइटेरियाज पे. इन 4 क्राइटेरियाज पे हमको खुद को जज कराना है किसी से भी. कोई भी पढ़ लेगा वो ऐसे. कोई भी जिसकी इंग्लिश ठीक ठाक हो, कोई भी पढ़ लेगा वो ऐसे. What will they judge you on? They will judge you on clarity. 0 to 10 क्या स्कोर देंगे वो? 0 to 10 क्या स्कोर देंगे वो? हाँ, हिंदी में लिख सकते हैं, नो प्रॉब्लम. बट वो हिंदी में फिर रेटिंग करवाइए इन क्राइटेरिया पे. ये 4 क्राइटेरिया हैं. 0 to 10 वी नीड टू हैव अ स्कोर. उनको बोलिए कि मुझे 0 to 10 स्कोर चाहिए इन सब पे, आपको जो ऑनेस्टली लगता है वो आप बताएं। अप्रोप्रिएट स्ट्रक्चर, अभी यू डिसाइड योर अप्रोप्रिएट स्ट्रक्चर। आई हैव गिवन यू द ऐसे टॉपिक, स्टार्ट तो करो। अभी हम स्ट्रक्चर की बातें करेंगे, वी विल डिस्कस अबाउट स्ट्रक्चर, वेरियस टाइप ऑफ ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस, कैसे उसको ब्रेक करना है, फर्स्टली, सेकेंडली, थर्डली करना है, कि सोशल इकोनॉमिक डायमेंशंस पे करना है, कि टाइम के हिसाब से बांटना है, ये सब चीजें हम सीखेंगे, ये एडवांस टेक्निक्स है। अभी हम स्टार्ट तो करें, वी मस्ट बिगिन। You find somebody who will read your essay, you get yourself rated on these scores, you send me these scores, you will send me these scores, ठीक है? बट ठीक है, if somebody is there to check, बहुत अच्छी बात है। आपको कंटेंट की कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं हो सकती है, you cannot have an issue with content because you can research, I want you to research। आपको ग्रामर की कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं हो सकती because you are doing a grammar check। आपको एडिटिंग की कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं हो सकती because you are writing out in the word document, you are typing it। इनिशियल स्टार्टिंग हम टाइपिंग से करेंगे, टाइपिंग से हमारे को एडिटिंग का ऑप्शन मिलता है और बहुत अच्छा बेटर हो जाएगा। यू विल सेंड इट टू माय ईमेल, ऑब्वियसली यू विल ईमेल मी दिस स्कोर, यू विल ईमेल मी दिस स्कोर, जो ऑनेस्टली, बस ऑनेस्टली करना है बस। एंड नाउ फॉर द गिफ्ट, नाउ फॉर द गिफ्ट। दिस इज अ बुक आई रोट 3 years ago I wrote this book. It is a very useful, it's a very strange book, honestly, it's a very weird book, and it has a set of rules, right? It has an algorithm. I have never been allowed to share this book. मुझे पब्लिशर ने कभी इसकी परमिशन नहीं दी, कॉपीराइट इश्यूज होते हैं। What is happening now is I am going to gift this ebook free to every one of you. ये ebook I am going to gift to you in your email. आपकी ईमेल में भेजूंगा मैं आपको ये ebook। इस बुक का हमने 3rd और 4th सेक्शन पढ़ना है। We need to read section 3 and 4. बाकी सब आप इग्नोर कर सकते हो। Section 3 and 4 you will read. All right. The topic is this. The topic is all those who wander are lost. You have to write a 500-word essay on it. You have to type it. You have to grammar check it. Then you have to get it evaluated. You have to do 3 things. Finally, get it evaluated on these criteria. That is what you need to do. I am going to gift you this book, the ebook, now in your email. You will get this book, all right? And जो मैंने आपको अभी ये बताया, this algorithm, सेक्शन, इस बुक के सेक्शन 3 और 4 में ये डिस्क्राइब है पूरा। ये आपकी टेक्स्ट बुक है, दिस बिकम्स योर टेक्स्ट बुक, और इसको आप रेफर कर सकते हो बार बार ही, बिकॉज वी विल हैव वेरियस सच सेशंस, और बार बार हमको रेफर करना पड़ेगा, तो इसीलिए आई एम गोइंग टू गिव इट टू यू। यू शुड हैव इट, बहुत रेफरेंस इसका होगा ही। दैट्स योर होमवर्क, यू विल बी गेटिंग द टेक्स्ट बुक, यू विल हैव योर स्टडी मटेरियल विद यू, द डेडलाइन ऑल्सो आई विल मेंशन, मैं ईमेल में मेंशन करूंगा। आज के लिए बस इतना, दैट्स इनफ फॉर नाउ, जस्ट इनफ फॉर नाउ। आई जस्ट गेट स्टार्टेड, अपने राइटिंग मसल्स को फ्लेक्स करना स्टार्ट करें। अभी हम कंटेंट में और डेप्थ में जाएंगे, विल गो इनटू सम डेप्थ, विल गो इनटू द केस स्टडीज ऑफ एथिक्स, हम बहुत सारी बातें करेंगे। हम विल टॉक अबाउट दिस बुक आल्सो, दिस इज द बुक आई रिकमेंड फॉर एथिक्स, बट अभी आराम से करेंगे सब कुछ, धीरे धीरे, वन स्टेप एट अ टाइम। सो यू आर गोइंग टू गेट द बुक, you have your assignment, you have the approach, start, get on with it, start। अभी ऐसा मैं नहीं मान सकता, अभी saying if there is nobody to check the essay then what will I do, I don't believe, you will find। हम लाइफ में थोड़ा जुगाड़ू होना पड़ता है, लाइफ में थोड़ा जुगाड़ू होना पड़ता है। you find somebody, क्या किसी ऐसे पढ़ाना क्या मुश्किल काम, किसी को भी पकड़ लो, जिसको भी पकड़ोगे they will respect you, they will think that you're very eager for your improvement, it's a great compliment। कैसे हो सकता है ऐसा, you will find, I know that you will, ठीक है? That is what we are doing, short and crisp, simple task, the book is coming to you, you've got everything, we will have more sessions now, we'll have more sessions। अभी 1-2 दिन आप ये खत्म करिए, my deadline will be mentioned in the email, ठीक? Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen। Again, welcome to the NMPG। We are starting the NMPG off with this little gift and this little assignment. We'll get on with it and we'll have more such things, and we'll have fun along the way. Thank you so much. You start writing your essay now. Thank you. Good night.